We didn't know if you'd make it. We are here, we are standing, we're not going anywhere, so it feels really good. So I will be pulling up some more slides. I would like to share with you, there are 5 things that we learned over the last 5 years, and I want to do a quick summary of that and also share with you where we're going next. And as a treat for you, hanging in there, being here today, we do have amazing cupcakes that our volunteers are going to be setting up as soon as I start the first slide, so that by the time you get out, they'll be ready for you, and you can help us celebrate with something sweet. So without further ado, we can get to the next slide. What do you all think of the last panel? Amazing. +1 to everything that they shared. Okay, so 5-year journey. We'll go through this quickly because I do want us to get out there and get those cupcakes. But actually, I think I'll get into trouble with Kathy owns a bake shop. They call minis. So I need to remember that. Why does women in AI ethics exist? It's because we got so tired of being told we don't know any qualified women. You know, and I know, and we all know that's a lie. There are plenty of women out there, and we are not buying that. A picture speaks 1,000 words, and here 1,000,000. So when we have this conversation about technology, right, it's always been a boys' club. The characters change. It's the moving, right? Like, it's just like musical chairs. It's the same people, and they're just moving around. And even if we say more seats at the table, it's not complicated math. How many people, how many women would you need, right? How many seats would you need to come to parity here? 9 more seats? 1 seat is not going to cut that. So we thought maybe they need help finding these women, right? Because they're not finding it, so let's help them out. Here you are. So first list was published in 2019. And not just that, we kept going, kept going. 5 years, we've been publishing every year. Not just that, we said, oh, here are rising stars. Not only women who are already been pioneering the space, guess what? There are new rising stars, emerging talents, you got them, they're right here. And if that didn't work, we even created a directory, right? I'm like, we have heard all your excuses and we are making it easy for you. And do you know how much this directory costs, like access? It's free. It's online, $0, no paywall. We don't take sign-ups or any of that. We don't put you on a mailing list. We don't spam you. It's free. It's open. And yet, people are making up fake female speakers even today. And the beauty of that, we can sort. You can sort based on expertise. You can sort based on Black women, if you want. Again, not just fill the room with just one ethnicity, because we are not a monolith. We don't all work on the same things. We don't all belong to the same ethnicities. We have different backgrounds, so we do recognize that. But here's the default, right? We always default to white men as the experts. Any men, right? So after we published 2019 list, I was at Oxford. That's where we announced it. We had this gathering. It was so powerful, amazing. But this is what happens. We create spaces and we go out into the real world. And again, it's just men. So I was at the Oxford healthcare track, and I'm sitting there. One panel after another is just men and more men. I get Oxford is the white boys club. I get it. I've heard that. This was my first time there. So here I am. We just came off the high of announcing the first list, and we got together at Oxford, Lady Margaret Hall, exciting stuff, and we walk here and said, and you know what they were discussing, the topic they were discussing? Domestic violence data. Yes. I couldn't help myself. I raised my hand and I said, do you feel qualified to talk about this? It is hard. Do you know how hard it is for an introvert to speak up like that? It was hard. I did it. Thank you. And no one said a word. This guy in the pink jacket laughed. Everybody's laughing. And I'm just going, how do you not get this is not a joke. This is serious. And what made my day was a man came up to me later and said, I have a daughter, and I'm so glad you said something. So that made my day. We have women. We have women experts. We have Meredith Whittaker. We have Sophia Noble. We had so many amazing women. Alex Hanna, Timnit Gebru. Amazing, amazing women who are there speaking the truth. They have experts in their field. They're pioneers. Over 100 speakers over 5 years from all different walks, right? Like, we didn't just stop there. Okay, these are events and everybody comes and we have 100 speakers, but we also did Twitter chats back in the day when it's still Twitter. Seems like ages ago. We were elevating voices from women, not just known, also lesser known, because they have expertise. We shouldn't conflate how well you're known, your visibility, with your expertise. We constantly do that, and we want to stop doing that. We have artists, we have social scientists, we have data, we have engineers, data scientists, you name it. We bring everybody together. We also had someone who is amazing, one of our best talks ever. She organizes, she's an activist for sex workers. You know, the canaries in the coal mine of the digital age are sex workers because they get booted off all these platforms. So they know what the issues are, right? So they know what's coming. Super brilliant. And that was, again, the best one. For the students here, how many people are on, or anyone here, how many of you are on Wikipedia? Do you know how to edit Wikipedia pages? Do you know how to add? It's a great skill. And I'm just shocked that not a lot of schools are teaching that. I've talked to professors, I've talked to universities. I don't understand this. Do you know what a difference that makes? Because to be known, it's great to have a Wikipedia page. It means like you've made it, that you have expertise. It's like your announcement to the world. But to even get there, like it's dominated by men. The editors are majority are men. So they're promoting other men. So Olga, who is amazing, she and Hesse is in the room in the back, they started this effort to get more women on Wikipedia. With the help of Eric, who is amazing, again, who supported us. This was back in 2020. And she, Olga, by the way, reached out and she's doing something cool. I think she's Paris right now. That's where she lives. And she's doing something amazing around Wikipedia, and we'll keep you posted. This is another one, right? Another excuse, we are not technical enough. And we've heard it so many times, but it's used as an excuse. This is Michelle. And Michelle is, let me tell you about her background. She has so her work is on accountability and accessibility of machine learning. She also is the founder of Machine Learning UX meetup in the Bay Area. That's how we met. She teaches at Stanford Design School, super sharp. She has a master's in information systems. She also has an undergraduate degree in molecular and cellular biology, cognitive science, and her expertise is building neural nets. She couldn't get a job. You know why? Yeah. So tell me more about how we need to lean in harder, right? Like lean in harder, do more STEM. She is the most qualified person I know. And finally, she got a job at Amazon and now she is at Google, but it was not easy for her. And you know who doesn't have a computer science degree? These two, right? So completely different standards. So when we say we need expertise or you're not technical enough, or they're actually saying you're not a white man. So what we did was we started gathering stories. We started gathering stories of women who are in this space and say, what challenges did you face? How did you get over them? What is your journey like? Diverse women, different backgrounds, right? Because end of the day, we are the future of AI and they are the future of AI and we need to hear their stories and we need to hear your stories. What we learned during the pandemic, we went through so much. It's like I'm hearing like so many people are still getting COVID. It's not over yet, right? It is still challenging. What we learned was the support systems for women are just broken. I thought they were just not like maybe little broken, and in some cases they were not even existent. People are always concerned about what about the white men? What are the rich people? Like they're doing fine. They're doing fine. Don't worry about them. They're okay. They'll be okay if you're concerned. Uh, the women are falling behind because the rich people got more richer and the billionaires made more money, but the women consistently left behind because they are the primary caregivers for their family. Elder care, child care, family care, this is it, they are it. So they had to, so many were considering just dropping out. Research papers, you know who submitted more research papers during the pandemic? Men. Because they had all this free time apparently, and they could actually submit more. And women were not submitting more research papers because their workload just doubled. They didn't have the daycare, they didn't have the childcare, they didn't have all those facilities that they had before. So what did we do? We set up a mentoring program. And this is what we were doing during the pandemic. We went really quiet and we were focused on our community. 130 women stepped up and said, we need help or we are gonna help you across 30 countries. And it was beautiful. For so many women, it was a game changer because so many had lost opportunities. Their visas got revoked and their offer letters were rescinded, and they just fell through the cracks. There's all these amazing women, right? All of them, amazing women, stepped up from the World Economic Forum, from Google, from the, all over, UCLA and different schools, university, all stepped up to help these women. We talk about diversity and inclusion as if that's a woman's problem or a person of color problem. That's not the problem. We are not the problem. The problem is the innovation, technology innovation space is just broken. Let's look at what we fund, right? Anyone recognize this? Yeah, some people do. It's called a Juicero. It's a $700 juicer, retailed at $400. Yeah, it got $118 million in funding. Yeah, 118 from Google and all the Kleiner Perkins, you name it, all the big VCs really got in. And you know why it failed? Beaten by the hand, because one journalist realized you could just do the juicing with your hand. These are juice packets. So this is what we are funding, right? Like this is where the money's going. Recognize this dude? Yeah, WeWork imploded. And he walked away a billionaire. And honestly, we all need someone like Andreessen Horowitz who believes in us as much as he believes in Adam Newman because he's getting more money. We need that. We need someone to believe in us and fund us. How about this dude? Right? Right? Like, don't tell me there is no money for women. I mean, there is. It's not coming to us, and we have to change that. So that's that. Oh gosh, we said we want equity, we want equality, we want gender parity, and this is what we got. Yeah, always screaming on the inside, right? So here's the divide. There are a lot of divides, right, between haves and the have-nots, who have access to resources, those who don't, and so on. So I could spend all day here, but here's the thing: like there is a divide between who has access to these computing resources and who doesn't. And you thought if the nonprofit world was any better, no, you would be mistaken. Because I was asking people, like, why don't we get any funding? What's going on? We're one of the few women-led organizations. And they said, yeah, it's not you. It's everyone. Nobody's getting it. So there. So I'm getting like the time out. So I'm just going to say we do need to do more. I do want to give a shout out to all the librarians in the room. Yeah. Love you all so much. My kid, again, when you don't have childcare, you don't have reliable childcare, your kids grow up in libraries. Tuba, I was talking to Tuba, she grew up in a library. Where else are our kids gonna go after school? So we did AI for communities, literacy programs, so excited, can't wait to expand on that. So that said, I am gonna go through this quickly because it took a village to get us here, a huge community. And so many of them gave so much and continue to give so much of themselves to make this happen. Jasmine Gota, who helped me put together a lot of the data. Oh my gosh, these are tiny fonts, but all the people, 5 years, did not happen by magic. Funders and supporters, we see you. Thank you so much for believing in us when no one else did. It matters a lot. So I'll just leave you with this, like where do we go from here? Yes, we are all overdue for a long vacation. Yes, we are. I will get there. But what we do want to do is go from here is build on what we have already done. We are expanding our work to include non-binary folks. It's about time, right? We're starting a new membership program, only for 100 members, very simply because we want to double down on what we are doing right now. We want to build a community, bring in more people, and just put a different structure around it so that we can serve and help our community. And two new things, we have already done mentorships, we've done reskilling, we've done literacy. Two new things, entrepreneurship and advocacy. We're not a lobby group, we don't do advocacy like political advocacy, but advocate for yourself. So many things that we could be doing better. Your search results, right? We write a blog post and you go up and search, and that's why Wikipedia matters. So those kind of advocating for yourself. We only ask for 3 commitments. If you get into a program like only 100 people, one is you have to make a commitment to responsible and ethical AI. That's bottom line, you have to. No grenade launchers here. Second is have a commitment to your own success. We are so giving sometimes, we forget that. Last but not the least, also commitment to each other. We won't make progress. We see so many amazing women out there, but we have to cultivate this ethos of giving back, or we won't change things. So that's that. We have a 5-minute break. We have cupcakes. I would love for you to scan this, and this takes you to the membership form. So grab a cupcake, scan, fill out a form. It's a simple form. Let me know if you have any questions, but we'll be around to answer anything. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you after the break.